Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Because today we are going to talk about one of the simplest ways to be happy. You found the Happy Life Challenge, and that's exactly what being happy is. It's a challenge. We all want to be happy, but happy doesn't always cooperate with us. And a lot of people see happy as, if I get this, if I get that, if I become this, then I'll be happy. Well, that's a happy that's based upon circumstances that are out of our control. But at Happy Life Studios, the happy that we're talking about in this Happy Life Challenge is a lifestyle. We don't want to just find happy. We want to be happy. It's a lifestyle where we get and keep, where we secure and sustain happy no matter what the circumstance. So we are going to have 7 days of happy. It's a happy week. You've got your Holy Week. Well, now we have a happy week. 7 days of happy, 7 happy hacks that will help you develop your happy habit. We all have bad habits. And when we think of habits, oftentimes that's the first thing we think about, are bad habits that we have. Things that we just do naturally, that we don't like the fact that we do them, but we just do them. Imagine developing a habit of happy, that when ugly things happen to you, you find yourself just being happy naturally. That's why we're doing this. 7 happy hacks, 7 happy life challenges. And then we're going to repeat listening to them for 2 more weeks, because 21 days is what they say it takes to begin to develop a habit. So we're going to take these 7 happy hacks and we're going to listen to them 3 weeks in a row. Is it worth it to have a happy habit? I think it is. So hang with us in this Happy Life Challenge. Share it with your friends. Let's spread this happy. Happy is a challenge. It does take some work, but it's not difficult. The first 2 challenges we had were very easy. It's just a mind shift. It's really all it is. The first challenge we talked about how you can't be full of dread and full of peace at the same time. You can't be dreadful and peaceful at the same time. In challenge number 2, we talked about being watchful. If what you're looking at isn't creating a being of happy, if it's not creating a peaceful state, if it's not creating a cheerful, delightful state, we got to look at something else. If what we're listening to, if what we're thinking about, or what we're remembering isn't filling us with peace and happy, if it's filling us with hurt and if it makes us painful or harmful or hurtful, then we just need to look, listen, and remember something else. And today, I want to talk to you about one of the easiest, most simple ways of being happy. It's almost too easy, honestly. It's that simple.
Oh, yeah! Well, thanks for nothing!
You guessed it. How did you know? That's the thing that gets in people's ways. Thanks for nothing. You ever said that to somebody? Thanks for nothing. That's exactly what hinders happy more than anything else, when we're unthankful. Think about it. When we're unhappy, it's usually because we're focusing on what we don't have. A lot of people see happy, like I said, as if I get this, if this stops, if this happens, then I can be happy. And so we've just put our happy on hold. We've given our happy over to things that are out of our control. When we're unhappy, we're focusing on the things that we don't have or can't get or can't become. But when you're thankful, it's the exact opposite of that. Being thankful is focusing on what I do have. And when you're full of thanks, you're full of happy. When you become thankful, you become cheerful. Those two go hand in hand. Thanks really is like the mother of happy, the parent of happy. It's what births happy. And I could go longer into that, but I think that point is pretty succinct and powerful all on its own. When we're unhappy, we're focusing on what we don't have, and that's what's making us discontented. It's making us unhappy. But when we're thankful, we're focusing on the things that we do have. And if somebody is sad, the best thing they can do is stop for a second and just think of at least one thing that they're thankful for. Which leads me into, I want to give you 2 things to help you increase your thankfulness, which will increase your happy. The first is called the Thank Off, and the second is called a Happy Journal. The Thank Off is a game, and the rules are simple. You can have 2 people playing this. You can have 15 people playing. It really doesn't matter. And who wins? Well, it's the last person standing. But to be honest, everyone who plays this game wins. It's fun. It'll make you laugh, but it'll make you think. And what happens is the first person that starts, they say something they're thankful for, and the next person has to say something without hesitating. You've got like 5 seconds or so. But the point is you can't hesitate. The moment you can't think of something, you are out. And the last person standing wins. But truth is, like I said, everyone who plays this game wins. And it is so fun. It is so funny. It just cracks you up. We did this for Thanksgiving when you were with my family, and it was a blast. And how I lost, I thought there's no way I'm going to lose. Because I played this game a lot. My boys had never played it, but my son made me laugh so hard that I hesitated. And that's when I lost. You can't hesitate. You got to come up with something you're thankful right on the spot. You've got a few seconds to do it, but one person says, I'm thankful for family. Another person says, I'm thankful for friends. But what happens is the farther you go down the line, you're going to run out of the main ones that you always say, and you got to come up with things like air and indoor plumbing and electricity and music, and you can't repeat anything. That's another rule. You can't repeat. You have to keep going until you can't think of anything else. And when you can't think of something, then you're out. And the next person goes, and until the last person is standing. So that's called the thank off. And I'm telling you what, it's a blast. It's a great game to play. And what it does is it causes us to be thankful for things that we take for granted. It causes us to be thankful for things that we didn't even consider something to be thankful for. We didn't even think about it until this game. Second thing I want to give you is called a Happy Journal. We actually sell them. I'll leave a link on the show notes if you want to buy a Happy Journal from us. But really, all it takes is just a notebook, even just a piece of paper. And you make a commitment that you are going to write down 3 things that you're thankful for before you go to bed at night. But you can't go to sleep until you've thought of 3 things and written them down what you're thankful for. And maybe you want to start off easy and just say one thing. But what's going to happen is after the main ones are done, after you've gone through family, faith, food, friends, then you got to start getting more creative. And one night you're going to hit a wall, and it's going to take you 25, 30 minutes to think of something because you can't repeat anything. You can't keep going to the same things. It always has to be something new. And after a night or two of you spending all this time and you can't go to sleep because you haven't thought of anything yet, that next day, what's going to happen? Something's going to happen that you would have taken for granted normally, but you're going to think, oh, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to write that down. That's what I'm going to use tonight. And now what happened is you just woke up your thankful meter. You'll start seeing things throughout the day now that you're thankful for, that you just took for granted before, that you didn't even notice before. So when you play the thank-off game, when you have a happy journal that you made a commitment that I'm not going to go to bed until I write down something I'm thankful for, it will increase your thankful level. And when your thankful level is increased, your cheerful level is increased. Your joyful level is increased. When you are full of thanks, you are full of happy. I told you it was simple. It's pretty easy. And I'm sure there's many ways that we can be full of thanks. There's so many ways that we can do that. Those are just 2 simple ways that I gave you today in challenge number 3. Thanks for nothing? Nah. More like, thanks for everything.